evening. You're watching the main news bulletin on Musanza TV. To present it, my name is Annie Nsangokayuka. The headlines. Zambia to observe Earth Hour tonight. Savannah, Zambia continues with community assessment needs in Mazabuka district. Foreign news, Zimbabweans vote in crucial by-elections. And in sports news, Benin recover to defeat Zambia 2-1 in Turkey. Join me as I bring you the details after this break.
Refresh your body, mind and soul this sizzling summer. Introducing the refreshing, clear with nature's test Aquagel purified mineral water, ultimately designed to quench your thirst with a revitalizing and refreshing taste. Stock available: 750 ml, 500 ml, 350 ml, 500 ml sachets and 18.9 liters containers. Drink and enjoy your purified and corporately packaged water which passes all tests. Live better, drink better. Call 0776 452710 or 0760 732565 now to make your order. Aqua J for a refreshing sip.
Thank you for tuning in. We now have the details. A non-governmental organization has called for a bottom-up approach in dealing with the climate change issues in Zambia as the country joins the rest of the world in observing Earth Hour tonight. House of Ruth Foundation Executive Director Miriam Nkonde has since praised the Worldwide Fund for Nature Zambia for its leadership in mobilizing Voices of Just Climate Action project. She has further commended the government for its positive leadership at international level in leading the climate change agenda. Ms. Nkonde has revealed that the organization began the countdown to Earth Hour 2022 through a multi-stakeholder tree planting exercise in Kafio District, Lusaka Province. Earth Hour is a worldwide movement organized by the World Wildlife Fund. The event is held annually, encouraging individuals, communities and businesses to turn off non-essential electric lights for 1 hour from 20:30 hours to 21:30 hours on the last Saturday of March as a symbol of commitment to the planet. Savannah, Zambia has continued assessing the community needs in a bid to alleviate poverty in Mazabuka district. Speaking during a visit to Savannah members and Mugoto Primary School assessment needs in Mugoto Ward, Savannah, Zambia National Coordinator Mariana Chabwe says according to the findings at the school is in dire need of some additional classrooms as well as business ventures that will sustain the running of the school. Radiological Society of Zambia President Eddie Musanza has expressed concern over the lack of sonographers from the list of health workers targeted for employment by the Ministry of Health. A sonographer is a healthcare professional who specializes in the use of ultrasonic imaging devices to produce diagnostic images, scans, videos, or three-dimensional volumes of anatomy and diagnostic data.
I would say as a society, we are glad that partially our expectation has been met. But when you look at the number they are talking about to employ radiographers, it's a good number for now, because we know they are not going to employ everyone at the same time. There is still room to employ, because this is just a start. And I'm sure in the next bunch, we are going to be considered. And one thing I'm happy about is that our profession, radiography technologist, is being mentioned. But the one issue which has been not been captured as the people called sonographers. Sonographers have not been captured in that one, and I hope in the next phase of employment, the sonographers will also be considered. As I said earlier on in the past, that medical imaging is wide, where we have the ultrasound, we have echocardiography, we have CT, we have MRI, There is also nuclear medicine. All these fall under medical imaging. So I'm sure in future, with the goodwill of the minister, the current minister, who has shown firm ground in terms of delivery in the issue of employment, I'm sure we are going to achieve even better as a society. We are glad for now that this has been done. Thank you.
The Patriotic Front PF party in Western Province has suffered a major setback after some of its key leaders defected to the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND. The defectors included former district commissioners for Kalabo, Frida Luhila, and her predecessor, Maxwell Makokwa. Others are former Mongu DC, Honzi Mangwato, Richard Mwapela, and former Western Province Minister Poison Njeulu. Speaking on behalf of other defectors, Alexis Luhila said they decided to join the ruling UPND party because of the progressive policies such as free education, which the new Dawn government is implementing. Mr. Luhila, who served as ambassador in the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy MMD movement, noted that the new Dawn administration is implementing an inclusive government, which he said had not happened in the previous administration. Receiving the defectors, UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda said the UPND party is open to new ideas, even from new members like those from the opposition PF party. And UPND National Chairman for Election Gary Nkombo said President Hichilema has stressed the need for national unity as it is cardinal for economic emancipation. Earlier, Mr. Nkombo cancelled the mayoral candidate Nyambe Muyumbana to treat people with respect regardless of their socio-economic status. Mr. Nkombo said also challenged the PF leaders to drag him to court if they think he was tarnishing their names by stating that they were sponsoring anarchy in the country. He urged the voters in Mongu Central not to give any vote to the PF on April 14th mayoral election. And UPND Provincial Chairman Kapila Mbangweta accused the previous administration of not doing anything in Western Province. Mr. Mbangweta, who is also Provincial Minister for Western Province, charged that the PF did not allow eligible voters to get the national registration cards in the province. Mr. Mbangweta said the new Dawn government will construct 22 new secondary schools to enhance access to secondary education for school-going children in the region. The seat is being contested by UPND's Nyambe Muyumbana, Francis Mundia from PF, and Kamuti Kamwengo from PNUP.
I want to convey to you the guests of honor, and thereafter His Excellency the President, Mr. Akainde Chilema, that we, the group, that as of today, we have joined the winning team. Guests of honor, sir, this group of men and women are just a few. They are representing the conferences. We do have a lot of members of the PF. From this meeting, we are going back to the conferences to convince them why all of them should join the winning team of our candidate today. You are welcome. And for you to join the Red family, most of you, if not all, you are part of us and you are back home. You are welcome. We are extending this invitation not only to the people of Western Province. We recognize the fact that lots and lots of you are waiting there in your resident compounds. Please, we thank you again, Honorable Bangweta and your provincial team, Honorable Bangweta and your districts, your constituency, for bringing these very good people. Today was a good day in thanking and welcoming our colleagues, our brothers, our fathers, our sisters. The whole party is very pleased. The president is inviting everyone to join
work on, because there is strength in unity. That is the word of the President's lips.
We take a commercial break. Stay tuned for more stories coming up.
Refresh your body, mind and soul this sizzling summer. Introducing the refreshing Clear with Nature's Test Aqua Gel Purified Mineral Water, ultimately designed to quench your thirst with a revitalizing and refreshing taste. Stock available: 750 ml, 500 ml, 350 ml, 500 ml sachets and 18.9 liters containers. Drink and enjoy your purified and corporately packaged water which passes all tests. Live better, drink better. Call 0776 452710 or 0760 732565 now to make your order. Aqua J for a refreshing sip.
Welcome back, and now we continue with the news. Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Elias Mubanga has led the Zambian delegation for the Global Entrepreneurship Congress 2022 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The Global Entrepreneurship Congress is being held in collaboration with Global Entrepreneurship Network to discuss economic challenges facing the global entrepreneur environment, exchange investment opportunities and extract lessons learned from the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2022 Riyadh Congress is being held under a theme: Reboot, Rethink, Regenerate. The Global Entrepreneurship Congress is expected to be a gathering for investors, policymakers and community leaders. While at the Riyadh 2022 Congress, the minister is expected to join over 40 other cabinet ministers from across the globe to discuss the current global dynamics that SMEs face and how to exploit the potentials that the international markets present. The Congress will be held from 27th March to 30th March 2022. We'll see Zambia participate on various platforms and meetings aimed at discussing resource attraction for Zambia, strengthening the ecosystems and investment in the Zambian SMEs, among other important topics scheduled. Unemployed doctors on the Copperbelt province have commended the Ministry of Health for commencing the recruitment of health workers, calling for transparency throughout the entire process. The doctors, through their representative Wallace Ndumba, have demanded that the Ministry of Health, through relevant authorities, provide a corruption-free process.
On behalf of the unemployed doctors, I would like to commend the government for eventually releasing the long-awaited advert. We are yet to see how the process unfolds. For now, we are going to advise and encourage our colleagues to do the needful, apply. Most importantly, we are looking forward to a transparent process. Yeah, thank you.
About 11 households in Kankata district have benefited from the chicken empowerment program initiated by the area councillor. Speaking during an event on Friday, Kankata District Commissioner Timothy Chipolyanga applauds people with disabilities for their willingness to do something despite them being physically challenged. He said whatever they have received should be put to good use.
Kuja na kuti anywevo no mujisi mapenzi timwaliregerera mwa witwa no baamba kuti ibulema tayi kutakwani hakujita jintu te mwa mbuli bakansela mbo baamba at least olona uli muga wheelchair pati manza kwa alalatya ni alajata alagwa yakujata jintu bamwi balatunga hisoti bamwi balabumba kumanza olotatya ni tajisi maulo pesi bumi bulatia ni bulenda iba president balaga inde yirema mulaba mwabalamba ula bali kuti bantu mapenzi atya ni manji mumunzi bagaso.
And in Zingo Ward Councillor Angela Pirimianda says disability is not inability, hence believing that the empowered families will be able to generate income from the chicks that they have been given.
People living with disabilities face a lot of challenges in society. That's the reason we have thought of sharing what we have with them, with the families. We have empowered 11 families in Zingwat with people living with disabilities. We have given out 33 chicks for them to start up, at least for them to be doing something. They say disability is not inability. I'm sure keeping chicken is not very difficult. Even when one is disabled, he or she can manage. And where one can't manage, at least the family or the guardians can help to raise up those chickens. So that's what we have thought to say, no, let's share with our friends to empower them. Despite being a little, but we are sure it will go a long way. Thank you.
And Headman Chwende has equally applauded the Mianda family for the gesture to empower the disabled in the community. The National Power Utility Company ZESCO has bemoaned the increasing levels of vandalism to its infrastructure on the Copper Belt. ZESCO Head of Security Hamulundu Kapika has revealed that the Power Utility Company lost over 9 million kwacha last year alone through vandalism of its various infrastructure on the Copper Belt. Speaking in Kitwe yesterday during the Kitwe District Public Sensitization Meeting, Mr. Kapika said the increased vandalism of the company's infrastructure is affecting the effective provision of power to its customers in the province. He said the vandalism of power cables does not only affect the company, but the customers also, both the residential and industrial customers. And ZESCO Copper Belt Senior Regional Director Tom Daka said the power utility company is concerned with the continued vandalism of its cables by members of the community in all parts of the province, which is affecting power supply. Mr. Daka said vandalism has proved to be a huge challenge because members of the community have continued the illicit activity despite numerous sensitization efforts. He said the utility company has since resorted to intensifying sensitization programs in collaboration with the Zambia police. We now take our final break. Join us for sports news and international news when we come back. Stay tuned.
Refresh your body, mind and soul this sizzling summer. Introducing the refreshing Clear with Nature's Test Aqua Gel Purified Mineral Water, ultimately designed to quench your thirst with a revitalizing and refreshing taste. Stock available: 750 mils, 500 mils, 350 mils, 500 mils sachets and 18.9 liters containers. Drink and enjoy your purified and corporately packaged water which passes all tests. Live better, drink better. Call 0776 452710 or 0760 732565 now to make your order. Aqua J for a refreshing sip.
Welcome back. And now in foreign news, Zimbabweans yesterday voted in parliamentary and local authority by-elections, seen as a yardstick of what is to come in next year's general polls. The polls have generated so much interest that President Emmerson Mnangagwa has led various campaign rallies to show up support for ruling ZANU-PF candidates. Critics accuse Mnangagwa, who took power in 2017 after Robert Mugabe ruled for 37 years, of silencing dissidents, and the opposition has voiced concern that the election will not be credible. Voters are casting ballots in 28 parliamentary constituencies, including 20 where opposition lawmakers were recalled in a battle over the control of the country's largest opposition party. The by-elections were supposed to be held within 90 days of the seats falling vacant, but Mnangagwa delayed the polls in 2020, citing the COVID-19 pandemic.
Zimbabweans cast ballots on Saturday in parliamentary and local council by-elections, seen as a measure of what is to come in next year's general elections. The polls have generated so much interest that President Emmerson Mnangagwa has led various campaign rallies to shore up support for ruling ZANU-PF candidates. Campaigning was often violent. At least one person was killed at an opposition party rally. I came to vote because we want change. Things are hard in this country. There is no money and jobs, and our children are not going to school. We want a better life, jobs for our children, because now they spend their time drinking heavily and doing drugs, and this kind of behavior must not be allowed in Zimbabwe. Opposition leader Nelson Chamisa, who is seen as the most formidable challenger to Mnangagwa, formed a new party, the Citizens Coalition for Change, 3 months before the elections.
And we want to make sure that we correct the national mistake of the recalling of citizen representatives in parliament, in council, which was done illegally, criminally by ZANU-PF and their sidekicks.
Voters are filling 28 parliamentary seats which fell vacant after some 20 opposition lawmakers were recalled. Others became available after incumbents passed away.
And finally, in sports news, the Polo boys have suffered a 2-1 defeat to Benin in an international friendly match played in Antalya, Turkey. Zambia started on a high note with a Kelvin Mubanga goal in the 22nd minute before Benin Sebio Soku equalized in the 35th minute to end the first half with a 1-0 draw scoreline. Just when it looked like a draw game with only 4 minutes before the end of the match, Benin's Chibozo Angie banged home a second for the Squirrels to secure their victory. The 2012 African champions will now focus on the forthcoming group stages of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers set to start in June this year. As we end tonight's main news, a quick recap of the stories that are making headlines. Zambia to observe Earth Hour tonight. Savannah, Zambia continues with community assessment needs in Mazabuka district. In foreign news, Zimbabweans vote in crucial by-elections. And in sports news, Benin recovered to defeat Zambia 2-1 in Turkey. That's all we had for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Join us tomorrow at the same time for more news. From me, Anin Sankayuka, and my transmission controller, Warren Indao, it's bye-bye and good night.